Hello Warriors fans! We are diving straight into the latest happenings around Golden State, and this season continues to deliver non-stop excitement, tension, and storylines that feel bigger with every passing game. As the calendar turns and the schedule tightens, it's becoming clearer by the night that the Warriors are entering a defining stretch. This is the point of the season where rhythm matters, confidence matters, and every single possession starts to feel heavier than the last. Every matchup from here on out carries weight, not just in the standings, but in shaping momentum, belief, and ultimately playoff positioning. The energy around this team feels different right now. There's a sense that something is building, that the balance between experience and hunger is slowly coming together in a way that could make Golden State dangerous when it matters most. The return of familiar faces mixed with opportunities for emerging players has created a dynamic atmosphere where nothing feels guaranteed. Every shot, every defensive stop, every loose ball suddenly feels magnified. This is where championship DNA shows itself, and this is where younger players learn what it truly means to win at the highest level. The Warriors have lived in this space before. They understand the pressure. They understand the urgency. And that understanding is what separates teams that fade from teams that rise when the lights get brighter. At the center of it all, as always, is Steph Curry. Night after night, Curry continues to be the focal point of this offense, and what's remarkable isn't just that he's maintaining his elite level, but that he's still finding ways to elevate it. Recent performances have shown a player who isn't content with simply being great. He's pushing boundaries, exploiting matchups, and reminding the league that his impact goes far beyond the box score. Against teams like Utah, the path becomes clear. The Jazz may have size, they may have length, but Golden State has spacing, pace, and movement. Curry uses those advantages ruthlessly. Watching him rain down threes feels almost surreal at times. The shots look effortless, the release is quick, and the confidence is absolute. Defenders know what's coming, and it doesn't matter. He finds space, he fires, and the net snaps. What makes Curry even more dangerous is the attention he commands. Every defender who shades toward him, every double team that comes early, opens opportunities elsewhere. The offense thrives when the ball moves with purpose, and Curry's gravity turns simple reads into instant points. A well-timed cut, a quick swing pass, an open look in the corner, these moments don't happen by accident. They're created by trust in the system and belief in each other. When Golden State plays with that confidence, the offense feels unstoppable. But challenges remain, especially on the road. Overconfidence can be costly, and teams like Utah, even when missing key players, are capable of catching opponents off guard if they build momentum early. That's why focus becomes critical. Momentum is a theme that can't be overstated for this group. Coming off favorable matchups, the Warriors must learn how to carry that energy forward instead of resetting emotionally from game to game. That challenge becomes even more real as they prepare for physical opponents like Detroit. Detroit brings a different kind of test. Known for physicality and defensive intensity, the Pistons force teams to earn everything. The presence of Jalen Duren adds an extra layer of difficulty, particularly in one-on-one battles against Draymond Green. This matchup is more than just a clash of bodies. It's a battle of will, toughness, and basketball IQ. Draymond's toughness will be tested, but so will his leadership. The interplay between Green and Duren could set the tone for the entire game. Whoever establishes physical dominance early could dictate pace and force the other team to adjust. These are the types of high-intensity matchups where experience shines. Golden State's veterans know when to push, when to slow things down, and how to manipulate defensive schemes to their advantage. The key will be execution. Avoiding lapses, staying disciplined, and preventing a fast start by Detroit from hijacking the tempo. One sloppy stretch can undo an entire game plan, and the Warriors can't afford that as the margins get thinner. Looking deeper at the roster, the dynamics become even more fascinating. Players like Jordan Poole and Moses Moody have flashed brilliance, showing they can contribute in big moments. But the foundation still rests on the familiar core of Curry, Green, and Klay Thompson. That trio provides stability, leadership, and an identity that the rest of the roster feeds off. Injuries, rotations, and matchup considerations continue to influence minutes, and the coaching staff faces the ongoing challenge of balancing immediate needs with long-term goals. Jonathan Kuminga sits at the center of many of these conversations. With Jimmy Butler sidelined, Kuminga's pathway to increased playing time has opened wide. This is his moment. An opportunity not just to fill minutes, but to define his role. Offensively, defensively, emotionally. How he responds could shape not only the remainder of this season, but also the organization's thinking moving forward. Every possession he plays is being evaluated. Every decision he makes carries weight. This is the reality for young players on teams with championship aspirations. The Warriors find themselves at a crossroads in roster management. Do they solidify what they have, or do they make strategic moves to raise their ceiling? Every option carries consequences. Retaining young talent means investing in development and patience. Trading for established players means betting on immediate impact. With the trade deadline approaching, the front office faces pressure to act decisively. Weaknesses need addressing, especially in areas like interior presence and rebounding. Andre Drummond has been mentioned frequently in discussions, and it's easy to see why. His rebounding, post presence, and experience could address several ongoing issues. Offensive rebounds and second chance opportunities are vital for a team that relies so heavily on spacing and three-point shooting. Curry's perimeter threat becomes even more lethal when possessions don't end after one shot. A physically imposing center could complement the Warriors' style, easing the rebounding burden on smaller players and providing balance. Beyond personnel, consistency remains the underlying challenge. The Warriors' reliance on three-point shooting is both a blessing and a risk. When shots fall, the game tilts heavily in their favor. When they don't, defensive intensity and transition control become harder to maintain. Watching games where Curry and Klay are firing on all cylinders shows just how devastating this team can be. But it also highlights the need for the supporting cast to make smart decisions. Shot selection, defensive rotations, and awareness become critical in close games. Trade speculation continues to swirl, especially around Kuminga's role. The debate over whether to invest in his development or use his value in a trade reflects the complexity of managing a roster filled with talent at different stages of their careers. Contract situations, positional versatility, and long-term planning all factor into these decisions. This isn't just about winning the next game. It's about shaping the franchise's future. Shooting efficiency has fluctuated recently, reinforcing the importance of rhythm. Curry remains nearly unstoppable, but the supporting cast must refine their approach. Moses Moody, Jordan Poole, and others contribute, but consistency is the goal. Defensively, Draymond Green's influence can't be overstated. His communication, rotations, and ability to anchor the defense give the team structure. But even one lapse can lead to easy points, and those mistakes become magnified against disciplined opponents. As the Warriors approach critical matchups, the leadership of Curry, Green, and Thompson becomes even more important. Their presence sets the tone. Younger players feel that energy and either rise to it or shrink under pressure. Kuminga and others have chances to prove they belong in these moments, but with opportunity comes expectation. Every game represents a chance to refine strategy and build chemistry. Whether it's Utah, Detroit, or any other opponent, the focus remains on preparation for playoff basketball. Execution under pressure will define this team's fate. Trades, roster tweaks, and strategic adjustments are all part of a broader narrative. Golden State isn't just trying to survive the season. They're trying to position themselves as legitimate contenders despite injuries, departures, and challenges. The conversation inevitably circles back to the idea of adding a true interior presence. The absence of consistent paint protection and rebounding has forced adjustments that ripple through the entire system. Adding someone like Drummond could restore balance, improving transition play and creating more efficient scoring opportunities. It could also allow Curry, Thompson, and Green to operate within a system that maximizes their strengths, reminiscent of past championship runs.